but I think I had like 14, 17.
How about now? We're back. So I'm direct to Twitch right now. I might be having a VPS issue. Because a freezing screen is an uncommon problem for us. Usually we just lose signal and then it goes to the offline or the poor connection page. So we're direct to Twitch. I think we might have a VPS problem.
So this should be working now. Yeah, I got a notification that you just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems to be good.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Good, so
food. Lemon herb, chicken. Well, what different dishes do you usually get? Just so I don't look through the whole thing.
So I always get either the 4 chicken thighs or a chicken butterfly with 2 sides. With 2 sides, which you can choose from here.
Oh, okay, with 2 sides.
If you like chips, I would recommend the peri salted chips.
Peri salted chips. Okay.
So they're a bit spicy.
They're a bit spicy. That sounds good.
So I already know what I want. So
that's, right.
Yeah, you need to choose the food and a beer or the menu.
Chicken butterfly, 2 sides, try the peri salted chips, and let's go with some coleslaw.
Coleslaw, okay.
And beer. Extra pale ale.
So we're like, well, forget it. You think that's what I'll go to chocolate. So we're going to dinner. You end up falling asleep twice trying to stay awake.
Get 5 points. Sure. Extra pay 5 points.
Okay. Just stay here. Because they're bringing to the table, but I have just to order.
Okay.
So let's see.
How are you not ready to
Cheer, that doesn't mean it's not me.
Alright. I tried. I brought up the 10,000 bits. Okay, I need to message Rita.
Am I the oldest person here? You're 47? What month? So I'm the oldest one here.
Okay. People have talked about Nando's, so I'm excited to try it.
So is it like Taco Bell or it's just
I hope you're not disappointed. When do I get disappointed by food? I'm never disappointed by food.
this one? That's just mine. Just keep moving. That's just mine. Now we know why once you come to Nando's, I get a free one every time.
There you go. I'm gonna have the chat open here. 5 Points Brewing Company, great beer.
Okay.
Besides crash streams, what do you do for Twitch?
What?
I wrote in the chat, the Spanish partnerships. Have you never done a stream with the Twitch stuff?
You've never done?
I mean, you.
No. Wait, no, not with that.
Wait, but you've been to the office, right?
Yeah.
What do you do there?
Checked out the office. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Have you been to the San Francisco office?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah. That's nice.
It really looks like Amazon, like Twitch.
Yeah.
Looks like Twitch.
No. And like all the different themed boardrooms and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Did you go up to the roof?
It's nice.
The
It's
view?
really nice.
Ah, it's nice.
Well, I saw it when I was at TwitchCon, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Were you there also there?
Yes,
Because
I
of
was.
TwitchCon.
Yeah, I was, yeah. I hitchhiked to TwitchCon.
Are you gonna come to Berlin?
I think so. Because, well, this trip, European trip, goes to the end of January. And then I'm going home for like 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Asia for a few months.
For 3 months.
A few months, I'm not
few-
sure.
oh, okay.
So I'd have 2 months, and I'd have to go to Berlin during the Asia trip, so we'll see. I'd like to, though.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna stay here for 2 more months, you can. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always like skip Germany, kind of, because you know,
At
like.
least I've heard Germany, yeah.
Although I have to say the easiest place to hitchhike will be Germany.
I've hitchhiked through Germany back in 2015, and once you're on the Autobahn, you can get very far
easy.
beer quick, yeah.
I mean,
Wait, have you done it before?
yeah, when I was 17, quite a long time ago.
Okay.
Because driving by trains is really cheap. Back in the day, I paid for 1 month all-you-can travel tickets,
Yeah.
99 euros, which is really nothing. When I wanted to do the same when I was 21, the problem is this ticket is not available anymore. It costs like 300 euros. So, so I said like, let's say hitchhiking,
Yeah.
and I did almost all of Germany hitchhiking and staying in couch surfing.
Okay.
You know, like nowadays couch surfing is not being used that much anymore because Airbnb made it, you know, it's almost for some towns, instead of staying in somebody's place for free, they charge you to sleep on a sofa,
Yeah.
which is kind of stupid, but you know, I'm still on Airbnb and on couch surfing here in London.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, and
As
we're
a
all,
host?
yeah. The problem is like right now I'm traveling too much,
Yeah.
and they're not allowing you anymore to be available for like a few days.
Oh, okay.
You have to be available for like a month.
I see. There are strict rules for a host. I think they want as many people hosting as possible.
I know, but it might be some legal thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Interesting.
I used to live in Argentina,
Yeah.
and the north is a very popular destination.
Yeah.
And I always had activated. I always had people from everywhere in the world, which is really nice because although I didn't travel that much back then, now I have a place to crash in Paris, in
Yeah.
Edinburgh, and anywhere which I haven't been yet. But it's really nice to know, like, okay, I can stay there for a few days. But if you only have until end of January, you could do like literally. England and United Kingdom is so big and so.
I know, you can spread it out. Yeah.
And
There's a lot to see.
And you haven't been in Ireland yet, right?
Not on this trip, no. And I definitely want to go there. When people ask me my favorite countries I've hitchhiked through, I say Ireland, Croatia, Japan, and now Iceland because of my Iceland experience I just had. But I love hitchhiking around Ireland. So
How was the connection in Iceland?
surprisingly, really good.
Really?
For the most part, like some really stretched out, desolate places, there's nothing. But they tended to put towers around tourist destinations. And so I went to this like, there's a huge glacier on like the southeast corner, and then it's like where ice shelves off, and then it's in this lagoon. It's like iceberg lagoon something, and they like kind of flow out and then they go into the oceans where icebergs are formed. But I could stream at 2500 bitrate with no problems. Like, all there is a parking lot. And I like walked like way and everything like that towards the glacier, and I was still streaming at 2500 bit rate. There's no one around for like kilometers. I was still at 2500 bit rate on one connection. It was actually really impressive. Another reason why I liked Iceland, for how sparsely populated it is, the connection was really good.
No, like,
Would recommend.
I've been to Iceland almost like 2011, 7 years ago, and it was before the volcano thing, where Iceland became very popular, and it's awesome how they made it even more touristy, but not in an American way, like I said.
Yeah.
Like you can still see the nature, and it doesn't feel like super like a sellout destination or a tourist trap.
Yeah, and like a lot of the natural stuff, like you're walking along like a ridge kind of thing, and there's a sheer cliff and there's no railing, and you're like, this is you're actually outside hiking up a cliff base kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not all done up for tourists,
Exactly.
for safety. It's still a little wild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, have you haven't been to Wales yet? Where did you landed in the UK?
Bristol.
Bristol.
So
Okay.
very close to Wales, but I didn't go to Wales on this trip yet. I did again in 2015. this whole year. In 2015, I didn't stream that.
Well,
No one was
Twitch was
streaming.
another business at the time.
Yeah.
We were still growing.
And there was.
I was streaming in 2015, quite a few.
What did you stream?
Just video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I traveled a lot. Like I was living in Germany in 2015 actually, studying there in university, and I really wish all the time, like I did I traveled some places, like I did EU Rail 10 years ago, and that's an experience that it's really hard to tell people who haven't done it, like how awesome it is, to have a backpack and just go wherever it takes, like wherever the time takes you. It's very hard to explain that to somebody who hasn't done it. And I think like what you do, for example, and I see it all the time in the chat, it's really helpful for people that maybe have office jobs and cannot really travel to see something else. Now, like because you're now in Europe, the time is really bad for me because I'm still at work.
Yeah.
So I'm very busy in business and in meetings and stuff. But before, like everything in the US I had never seen. And so cool conversations with locals in the car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have the experience of having that, my own experience, hitchhiking in Germany and stuff. But it's really hard to explain to somebody who hasn't done it. Like, hitchhiking, it could be super dangerous, but it isn't. Like people that actually pick you up, they have a story and they will tell you stuff.
No, people think it's much more dangerous than it is.
I mean, let's be honest. Everything is dangerous.
Yeah. And it's going to be more dangerous than taking a bus, plane, or train, or driving your own car because you're dealing with an unknown factor that you aren't with in those cases. You know all your factors in play when you're doing bus, plane, train, your own car. There's a key unknown factor with hitchhiking, and that's who's stopping for you.
Exactly.
Strangers. But I don't think it's as dangerous as people make it out to be. People say it's like playing Russian roulette. You're going to hitchhike. I don't think it's like that. I'd be really good at this Russian roulette game at 1100 rides if I still haven't lost yet.
That's like a... How much would it be? 1 in 1100. I want to calculate that, wait. Yeah. 0.0009.
0.0009, that's a very lot of empty things.
Also is for him, and this one's for him. Oh, I'm gonna go pick up cutlery.
Also been shot at twice? Wait, what was this? Twice? Wait, is that a bait, Eaten Pie? Are you baiting me? Someone's adamant they want to do something, don't think camera will stop them. I guess that's anything in life.
So, take a knife.
Take a knife. Move forward. Beauty. You got double fries?
Yeah. Fries here, for me, I don't know.
Is that really good?
I know people in the chat that are like killing me because I took you to Nando's, but
They were upset because the stream wasn't working, but it wasn't even the connection, it was my VPS. So, there you go.
we have a VPS here in Europe.
How's it set up? I'm not the guy running it. Because my signal goes through from here, it goes to Dallas, Texas. We have, it then go to San Jose VPS, and then to VP San Jose's Twitch ingest server, I think.
Yeah. Now we sadly don't have a transcode server in Europe yet.
Yeah.
Yet. With Twitch in Europe, I think Twitch is showing that the European community has grown already enough to really, it's really hard here. Like, people know what Twitch is, but they don't understand Twitch the same way people that go to Twitch can do.
Yeah.
So it's really hard also to explain. Like, if you don't have experience of seeing how Twitch really changed the game in a lot of things. Like, Europe knows Twitch, they have popular streamers. They use Kappa and stuff like that. But now Twitch is seeing, okay, now it's the next step. We have to make it appealing for Europeans to also feel the Twitch community. So, some transcode servers are very expensive, but we will eventually have them in Europe too, which will reduce latency and will help you, for example, with this kind of things.
Right on. When I started streaming Hitchhiking, I wasn't sure how Twitch was going to like it.
Really?
Because, almost every day you'll get a new viewer coming in and they'll be like, Hitchhiking is illegal, right? And a very obvious rule on Twitch TV is you can't stream yourself doing something illegal. So I just wasn't sure if they'd be like, what you're doing is skirting the law, so we're just going to say we don't want it on your platform. I don't know.
The thing is, the problem with, I don't think you had this problem yet. And I'm not going to say who does something similar.
It's unnamed, yeah.
But I know that when you're streaming, even if people know where we are, you're not going to have a random guy that's showing up here naked. That would ban you, for example. It's something like, like this website, how it's called, something roulette. That you always get like chat roulette, yeah. These kind of websites are like unofficially banned, saying like the risk of seeing something that is TOS bannable is really high. Mm-hmm. So I think, I don't know. Sometimes I see conversations about should we partner this guy or not, because partnering somebody is like a commitment. It's like we approve this, we approve what he does. I understand this random factor is complicated, but I don't remember we discussing that. I understand, for example, there are some places where hitchhiking is illegal. In the States, a few states. But as long as you're not doing anything illegal, I don't know, doing drugs, stuff on stream, it's fine.
I follow all the laws, right?
Trust me, you're a partner. If you break the rules, you'll get banned. Definitely.
How long do you work for Twitch now?
Actually, today is 18 months.
Today's 18 months.
Yeah.
And did you apply, or did they scare you out from your streaming and your experience, stuff like that?
This is a funny fact. I never became partner.
You never became partner? No?
I was never accepted. And this was before affiliates.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to get transcodes, to build a community, because not only because of the money that you get for affiliates, but or Twitch, we didn't have Twitch Prime, stuff like that. Back in the day, when you streamed, maybe a viewer came and said, "Hey, I really like your content. I'm gonna sub to you." So this guy would come back, and you have memes in your channel that you could translate to emotes, but you didn't have emotes.
You get one.
No, because back in the day, you had to use like BTTV or something like that, which I still use in a second account because But I think it's like having this, the transcode is very important. Affiliates get it when there's availability, and emotes, subs. It really helps you build this community. I'm a Twitch hiker before you got partnered because I really liked what you did.
Yeah.
And like giving the people the chance to sub to a channel, it can really help the person. Like I said, not about the money, because let's be honest, you cannot really sustain yourself if maybe you stream like full time, 8 hours a day, every day,
Yeah.
from day zero. You can get 100 subs. That's good, but it's not a full time job.
Yeah. With 100 subs, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm a partner because I work at partnerships, so I need I need to know the dashboard, the benefits.
Okay, yeah.
Because if I have to support partners, it's very important.
And getting partnered, the parameters were higher back then too as well, right? Like right now they recommend like 75 average compared to you.
But that's to apply.
That's to apply.
That's to apply.
And that doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Yeah, I'm going in a dodgy situation now.
Okay,
But
we don't have to. We can tell.
I'm going to answer, but it's like I don't want them to think. It's not that we don't have like a global standard for partnerships, but like if in Spain, I am the only person taking care of Spain, and I help in Italy and I help in Portugal, but I'm the only one taking care of Spain. So, and because of things, getting 75 viewers is not that hard nowadays. In Spain, it's not that hard. Mm-hmm. You can get hosted, you can share community with other people, and it's really nice. But you always have to remember, like getting partnered, it means Twitch approves what you do. And I want you to keep on doing that, not full time, but I want to see you on stream 25 hours a month.
Yeah.
I want to see that you have something to develop, that you have an idea or you have a community.
Yeah.
So 75 viewers, 25 hours a month, 7 days, 12 days, different days. It's a minimum, but sometimes the minimum is that will not get you partnership. It really depends. For example, if you play League of Legends to that minimum, and maybe you're hitchhiking the world with that minimum. Like now, how many people do you have regularly? 700?
Yeah, probably.
It's crazy. Like not a year ago, you were at 50.
We've only been doing it for just under 8 months.
Like
Yeah. It's grown quickly. It's crazy. And I didn't set out to be like a full-time live streamer. I really set out to just show people what hitchhiking was like.
Yeah.
To kind of stem the stigma that it has about the negativity around hitchhiking. That's all. And it grew quick. It's been a fun ride.
When did you realize, actually, I applied for partnership and got accepted, but when did you realize, hey, actually, it's gonna work? Like, it's working.
Probably once affiliate came through and like you're getting all these subs coming through and you enabled, because for the first while I didn't even have a donation button or anything like that. I'm doing this because I like it. I don't need a financial or anything like that. Eventually people are like, just gonna affiliate, add a donation button, people will support you. Because I was just gonna go for 3 months and show people what hitchhiking was like and be like, okay, I showed you, move on with my life. But once I enabled all that, the support was crazy. And I'm like, I can keep doing this. I can sustain my hitchhiking just by showing people something that I love. And they'll support me with that, which is really amazing.
And that's the mission of Twitch. Did you know the mission of Twitch?
No.
No, like the mission of the company. Some people in Spain, like I asked partners, Twitch partners, that have been streaming for 4 years, and I'm like, do you know the mission of Twitch? To make money. They said like, no. Like, if that would be the mission, we would be quite screwed. But the mission of Twitch is like enable creators to make a living educating and entertaining their fans. So you doing this is actually Twitch accomplishing the mission, which is great, right?
It is great. I didn't know that was their mission. Now I know it's a good mission.
It's funny too. Actually, you can keep this. Did you know the Twitch values?
No.
So, this is a very funny story.
Okay.
Before I joined Twitch,
Yeah.
I was working in another company which had a subsidiary in Reno, Nevada. So like, it was 2017 actually, last year. And in February, I had to go to DreamHack, it's a gaming event in Las Vegas. So instead of going from Reno to Vegas, I thought I could just like go west to San Francisco, check the city because I'm so near, go down to LA, and then go to Vegas.
Yeah.
The problem is it was very cold, and I trusted to hitchhike in the cold. So I went by bus, and I realized how big the US is.
It's huge.
It's so big.
It's huge.
It's so big. I thought they were LA, San Francisco, couple of hours. No. Oh God, no.
A lot of people make that mistake. Same with Canada too.
Right?
A lot of people make that mistake. Same with Canada too. They're like, oh, I'll just fly out here and I'll just do a quick day trip out, like from Vancouver to I don't know, Banff, and that's like a 7-hour drive. You don't realize it's 7 hours to get to the Rocky Mountains from Vancouver.
So I go to San Francisco,
Oh.
and a friend of mine, she takes care of Mexico. She takes me to the Twitch office to see it, and not the new one, the one they had before. And it was just after they have this weekly meeting all the time. So it's a very, very important meeting. And they will have like a party, you know, after drinks and stuff. And this person sits and starts talking about, you know, these 8 values. Well, they were 7 at the time.
Yeah.
And wow, so like, hey, working here is really nice. Like, I really dig the values.
Yeah.
You know, like some of them are really nice, like experiment to decide. You know, like knowing something from theory is really nice, but sometimes you have to try things and be like, hey, let's see how we can do things better. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, like we called back this one experiment we had of changing how the stream page looks like.
Yeah.
We rolled it back because we saw it doesn't work. Or, for example, develop talent. Like that we see somebody's doing really good, maybe they need more promotion, so we offer them front page promotion or campaigns with games.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see, for example, a guy whose stream is based on pirates. So I connect them with Sea of Thieves and be like, hey, this guy is actually streaming pirate-themed stuff. Maybe you can do things together. So he explained the values, and I was like, oh my God, this is really nice. And then my friend comes, she finds me again,
Yeah.
and he said, yeah, I just talked to the CEO. I didn't know he was the CEO. He explained me the values.
The CEO explained you around.
And at that moment, I knew like I have to work at Twitch.
How long ago was that? You
4
said
months.
4 months before
I got really lucky because they opened the position for Spain
Yeah.
right after I was in SF.
Yeah.
It was destiny.
And the experience since you've been there lives up to the values that you were initially inspired by?
You know what the main value is?
No.
Ironically, it's not the first one listed. It's this one.
Creators first?
And when you talk with the CEO, you really see it. Like, everything we do has to be first thought. Like, will creators benefit from this? Like, it's not like they will like it or not. It's like, maybe something that it's not like we have to do, not you guys, but maybe something like we have to change for the creators to get better. It's like, I know, like when they launch affiliates. You know, like we had a new amount of people monetizing the platform. Some people didn't like that. Some people who grinded for partnership for years felt like, hey, they get sub button in a month.
Yeah.
It's not fair. But as you scale up, you know, we wanted to give more creators this chance because we saw that there were a lot of creators that were really good, but growing their communities was really hard. I don't know, for example, in your case, if there hadn't been any affiliate program, would you be here now? You know? Still streaming.
Yeah, like it's really tough to tell because everything just seemed to fall into place for me. I think I partnered fairly quickly. Was it 2 months? 60 days? 60 something days?
That's also the thing, you know, like your stream got really popular between Twitch stuff. Maybe not all of them right in the chat, but for example, I saw my colleague Clutch.
Yeah.
He's sitting behind me.
Oh, you were saying hi, say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I stood up. I had to talk to him because FIFA is doing really well on Twitch now.
Yeah.
FIFA the game, and I had to talk to him because he's a FIFA expert. And then I see it's like, oh, they're watching Hitch. yeah, it's a guy who's now in England. Yeah, I'm subbed to him for like 7 months. Actually, I'm going for drinks with him. Come with us, and he had something to do, sadly. But you know, and he was told because of partners from England who saw you traveling.
Yeah.
You know, like.
There you go.
And I know other Twitch staff also watch your chat because there are people, you know. Well, the Europeans know London, but from other places maybe they had never been to Europe, and they get to see it. We are on PC all the time. Yeah. On one of my screens, I'm always watching streams and stuff. It's a nice stream to have, you know. I don't know.
You don't have to be actively watching
Exactly.
it, right? So if you're working, you can have it on a second screen. And even non-Twitch stuff, I have a lot of people that watch. And they're like, I'm allowed to have another screen on at work, or I work from home. It's just nice to have on, see what's going on. Because it's not always edge of your seat, gripping action kind of thing, where you need to be watching. I don't know how to explain it, but...
Oh, and also, like, you know, the best way to grow on Twitch is being recommended by people. Like, I like this content, you should watch it too. And sometimes, for example, I like a streamer playing Fortnite, and I like his community. But for somebody watching video games, not watching video games, maybe it's a bit hard for his or her first stream to be Fortnite. But I can tell anyone, like, hey, have you ever been to Brighton? No? This guy is showing Brighton. Yeah. What is Twitch? As a first step to Twitch, it's really nice to have streams like you. So it's really easy to recommend you or music streams. You know?
Yeah. Because when I talk to people that don't know anything about Twitch and aren't huge into video games, what Twitch was kind of based upon, founded upon, and what the majority of content creators are in the streams playing video games, they don't understand it. They don't understand the appeal as someone who's playing video games. But if you say that there's people streaming from all around the world in different cities, outdoors, and like music streamers and stuff like that, then they can see the appeal of being able to live and interact with these people creating this.
Also, you know, some people, like in Spain, this thing of donating to a stream, cheating with bits or subscribing, it's not really seen like sustaining content or sustaining the creator who is doing the content.
Yeah.
It's more like paying for content. It's something that it's an idea that I'm trying to rework, but because it's not like you are, of course, you're entertaining and educating your fans, but it's not like you are paying to watch it. You are like they're helping you to create the content, right? Yeah. And I think it's also like streams like this. It's very easy to see the end of the subscription or the cheers with bits, like the cheer goal you have now. Talking about TOS, I'm not. You should check that with partner help, maybe.
Check that. Well, it wouldn't be exposing. It's just, dressing up. Okay, maybe I'll message my manager.
Who's your manager actually? Do you have one?
I've never actually contacted them. I'd have to pull up an email where they get the monthly emails. I haven't had to contact them yet. I think that means that's a good thing.
The NA team is the best.
Is it? Yeah.
It's the best.
Like, it's funny, I needed to contact Twitch support before I was a manager, but since I've been a manager, I haven't had to contact them. And before you're a manager, things are a little slow sometimes to get support. But yeah.
No. Like as a partner, you get partner help support. So maximum a day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Maybe on the weekend it's a bit longer. But you should see, like when you have a manager at Twitch, a partner manager, you should still write support unless it's super urgent. For example, your phone gets stolen and you don't have access anymore because of 2FA.
Yeah.
But you should always write a ticket. So
Okay.
that's what I ask every. Most of the partners I manage in Spain, they have my WhatsApp number, but I always tell them like create a ticket, so your case is there.
Yeah.
And you give support people something to do. Support people are also great. I have to shout out to RSS, who I think also watched the stream. Maybe he's watching now.
RSS.
And they're really nice people, and they answer pretty fast. Sometimes I have, for example, partners of mine went to Korea for the League of Legends finals, and they had to stream there, but they didn't receive the SMS because they're in Korea, and I had to disable the 2FA at 3 in the morning or something. If it's not urgent, you should send a ticket. Send a ticket, and if they don't answer in one day, then you should bother your manager.
It was interesting for me to hear all this stuff as a Twitch staff member, from the other side of things. That's all I got is what I experience and what people tell me, which is not always what the real case is.
What have you heard of Twitch stuff?
Twitch staff? I haven't heard much about Twitch staff really in particular. It's just, with anything, people are going to complain about company policies and stuff like that. There's nothing Twitch can do that people won't complain about at some point along.
I actually like that people complain. And now, it's a balance, of course. You shouldn't complain about everything. You should not complain.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be like, this is wrong, and this is why it's wrong. I don't ask for a solution. If you know a solution is always better, maybe you could do this, and then discussion. Now the problem is when people don't say anything, and then they suddenly leave.
Yeah.
They stand up, leave, and say nothing else. Now we have to put, the table and be like, hey, if you want to talk, sit here, we talk. If you don't put the table and you don't put the environment for people to come and tell you things, it's complicated. I think at Twitch, I think we're a company, or Twitch staff at least, we're very open for feedback, which is actually also a value. What is it? Take feedback well.
Take feedback well. There you go.
Which is, sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's
Negative feedback's hard to take, yeah.
Because sometimes it's like you create a program or project, and people are, instead of you have it in your mind, it's like, everyone's gonna enjoy this, and then it's not the case.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, I worked 80 hours on this project for this to work, and people are not enjoying it, and also the state is really bad. It sucks. And Twitter can be very toxic, which is also not the best place for feedback. Like at one point in Spain, I had this forum. I have a Google form being like, at any time, anything in any product we have, tell me what you think. But I always write, like, put your Twitch ID. And some people say like, I don't want to be judged. But it's not the case. It's not like if you're not I say it. So if you're not happy, so like if you don't feel safe but saying who you are and giving feedback, then I'm doing something very wrong. Because you should be feeling safe.
Yeah.
And you should be telling me like, hey Seb, that wasn't good. That the way you handled this was not good. I got to fix it. Now everyone is a bit happy. You always have these people that don't get partnered and are like, this guy got partnered with these numbers and I don't get partnered. I have 6 times his numbers. And what the fuck?
That's not mine.
That is not yours, right?
No. It's okay. I eat at a dumpster sometimes.
Because the chat will go crazy. I really want to see the reaction, sorry.
Eat it? Is that TOS self-harm? Eating up someone else's hair?
That's a self-harm. What were we talking about? Sorry, I forgot about the hair.
It distracted me too.
The people getting partnered. They don't. Sometimes there's people that don't go, along these values, or their content is like very dodgy. Like I know things that are not Twitch compliant that will get you 1,000 viewers, but maybe not 100 subs.
Yeah.
And it's not about like I said, it's not about the money. It's not like he makes us money, that's why I'm gonna partner him. Actually, if I don't partner him, I make more money. But the thing is like, if I'm going to take time developing somebody, he has to be worth. We are a limited amount of people, and we don't want to grow to a point where this is not scalable anymore.
Yeah.
So at the point, I'm gonna need a second person for Spain. It's gonna be 2 people managing partners. And then when there's too many, it's going to be 3 people. But also, with more partners, it's more infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's more stuff, more moderation, more support. So we have to be very selective and be like, hey, maybe it's not your time yet. Now, without affiliates, that was a big problem. With affiliates, between partner and affiliate, you don't make much more money.
No, it's a small difference.
Because you have ads.
Yeah.
If you don't, most people don't run ads anyways. But you get the 50-50 subs, you get the bits, everything's fine. Now you can still grow your community. You don't have a bunch of emotes.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference.
But the thing is also, if you're on a stream for a long time, where are the memes you create? Like your emotes. At one point, you didn't have all the slots occupied.
No, we were looking for artists to find things to fill the slots. Yeah.
Things that I can also go to another channel and use and be like, hey, where you got that emote?
Yeah.
Oh, from this guy Hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Like the what's it called? The thumbs up.
Yeah.
For example. That's why. People think like they're a failure if they're not getting partner in 2 months. But the reality is like, how can I expect you to have memes in 2 months? How can I expect you to grow a community in 2 months?
When we got partnered, I think we still had one emote for weeks and weeks and weeks. Because it wasn't, we weren't expecting to need that emote at that point. We hadn't been streaming very long. We didn't have insider jokes and all these things and all the stuff developed or artists lined up. It takes time to develop all that backstory to the whole channel.
Also, you know, like I think the biggest point when you got partnered, I don't know who partnered you because it's NA. I know the NA people, but I don't know how they take the decisions. But I think they saw a potential when you have the transcodes for this because you're from streaming for your phone.
Yeah.
And they saw, you know, the content opportunity being like, hey, this guy's actually taking us places. You know, like he's bringing his audience with him everywhere he goes. And they check your content, you know, they're very compliant. You're not like these other people, I'm not gonna say his name, who's live streaming a lot too, who gets in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
I think people just know it. I saw that stream a couple of weeks ago in a very old MMO game event near London.
Oh, okay.
The Runefest.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna get more Coke. You want one with you?
Yeah. Are you have another one?
Yeah, I'm having just one Coke, but do you want some other beer? Cider maybe?
Sure, I'll try that.
Cider, okay.
Going through passport control, go back to the US, where have you been? Bars on that. Where are you going?
This is interesting to me.
Okay, good. Didn't show.
Twitch staff.
Didn't show me the driver's license. No ID.
So you're injuring me by not getting sauce? For the chicken? Or for the fries? Is that a mistake? Not right now. Didn't give me sauce? Should I complain? On my Twitch talk? It's Twitch staff, I'm curious. Sauce is what makes Nando's. Well, there you go. Great talk, good insights. Yeah, I think it was interesting.
What are people saying?
Oh, we're talking about this. Talking about Twitch.
Oh.
Talking about Twitch. That's something. Well, cider. Big.
Where are you heading next after London?
I want to go north to Scotland, I think. We'll see how the weather's supposed to look like. The wind and the rain, if it comes days on end, it wears on me. Just rain's fine, just wind's fine, but the two combined wears on me. And the whole like southwest coast is just windy every single night, and it mostly came with rain. And I'm just like,
Impressively, in London, it doesn't rain that much.
no?
Outside of London, rain all the time.
Yeah.
If you go to Dublin, that's only rain.
Only rain, okay.
I saw like, I was not living there, but I was there in a week in July, one non-rainy day.
I heard, yeah, Eastern England in general is a bit less rain than Western. Something like that. Anyway, I don't know how it works. But guys, I think I'm going to end the stream, hang out with Seb for a little bit more, and then I'm going to message someone and figure out where I'm staying, because I don't know where I'm staying yet. But I have a couple offers on the table. So conversations without necessarily it all being on stream. Who's on right now? watching today, everyone. Through all the connection problems we've had, it's getting. We only caught one ride. I haven't actually been catching that many rides hitchhiking lately. We have only been going short distances on small rides. But anyway, I'm going to be hosting Jay Streezy. What's he doing? Taco Tuesday, still recovering from his 24-hour birthday stream. He did a 24-hour IRL birthday stream. It's a lot. Doing IRL for 24 hours. It's tough.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. Well, I know I've got all day, and then I'm going to Twitch offices at 7.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing something, I think. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Good night, everyone. Later,
Get a train here.